Today is a great day to start your own podcast. Whether you're looking for a new marketing channel, have a message you want to share with the world, or just think you'll have fun with your own talk show, podcasting is an easy, inexpensive, and a fun way to expand your reach online. Buzzsprout is hands down the easiest and best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. Your show can be online and listen in all major podcast directories, such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and many more, within minutes of finishing your recording. Podcasting isn't hard when you have the right partners, and the team at Buzzsprout is passionate about helping you succeed. Join over 100,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout to get your message out to the world. Let's create something great together.
Hey,
Back at it again.
what's up? What's up? What's up?
What they say in the kitchen whipping what? What he saying? Boom. I'm back at it again.
Back at it. Back at
The
it.
kitchen whipping. What he say? I gotta see it.
I don't know. I don't know.
I know it. Whip it.
Hold up. We gonna get this together
Oh man.
today. To now. Okay. So when he be like, cook that shit up, Quay, you gonna be like, cook that shit up. So like, boom. In the kitchen whipping. I'm rapping again. But
Yeah.
rapping, not rapping like rap music, like rapping, paper
Yeah.
rapping. Yeah. Because the ad lib is whip it. Okay. So rapping again. Yeah. Y'all fired.
I'll take that.
He said, keep on playing, bitch. Then I'm stabbing your friend. I never knew he said this shit. Rapping again. A grizzly nigga stacking. Oh my God. I did not know this.
Oh,
Huh? I'm rapping. I got bars. What you mean?
Say where you
Where
think
am I
where you think you got it from?
I be trying to tell him.
I'm.
Shoot. I just don't freestyle.
3, 2, 1.
You are now about to enter the hottest podcast on the planet.
It's your boy DJ Superman.
It's your girl So.
Peace, it's yeah.
What's up? It's your boy Scooby.
Now get ready. You just entered the Tough Talk podcast with the Tough Talk crew.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the 11th episode of the Tough Talk podcast with the Tough Talk crew. Let's go ahead and bring everybody in, shall we? As I bring to the stage, we have So the plug in the building.
Yeah. Back at it again.
In the
Hey.
kitchen whipping, rapping it again. Hey.
Next up,
I
we
think it
have
was supposed to be whip it, my bad.
Guy in the building.
Peace, power, love, divine prophecy, eternal building, transcendence. Shall we rise?
Amen, sister.
Love the podcast.
Yes.
Next up, we have Scoob in the building.
What up, everybody? I'm back this week.
Welcome back. I don't know why all these songs popping up in my head today.
And last but not least, your boy DJ Superman. We are here. We're live. Doing it. Okay. So, anybody have anything interesting going on this past week? Anything that was like, oh man, I can't believe this, or just whatever going on in your life?
Found myself reading a lot about a lot of recent event type stuff, new law changes, brushing up on different studies here and there. I think it's time to definitely dive in and make sure you're honed in on whatever you're working on.
I feel you on that.
Yes, I was a bookworm this week.
Well, I'm about 3 weeks late now, but I come home and my dog had puppies.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dang. So you're a grandpa?
Nah.
No claim.
Yeah.
Hi, Pop.
Yeah.
Right.
I
How does
come
it work?
home to 3 puppies and I'm like, well, when y'all big enough to go, y'all gone. Bye.
Where they gotta go?
Oh my
Because
gosh.
I'm only supposed to have one dog. It's part of my lease. And two, I don't plan on having another dog until after she gets a little bit older. So start the replacing phase. Because I probably won't ever get my boxer back because she's old at this point. Like she's starting to get gray hair and she's still bouncing around, but she's as long as she's lived for a boxer's lifespan, she's lived a long time. Because most boxers get cancer and then they end up dying. But she's now, so Addison is 7, so she's about 8 or 9 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. And I mean, still bouncing around like she's like the day we got her. She won't do it long, but she still got all that energy.
What do you have going on, so?
I don't know right now.
All right, well, I'll interject and we'll come right back. So let's see.
Let me see.
I'm still on my reading kick, so I just jumped into The Richest Man in Babylon this past week, which isn't a long read, but I just been like hitting it in intervals here and there. And basically, if you haven't read it, has anybody read that one just yet before I go into it? Okay.
No.
So basically, fundamentally, what that book is genuinely about is just the basic ideas that we've been taught about managing money, but it gives you that little bit of extra of like, okay, yeah, of course, save, but if you do this, and this, you're gonna end up being very financially wealthy in your future and things like that. But it just gives you into the context of what they did actually in Babylonian times. So it's kind of neat to hear how basically all through history, nothing's changed. If you don't handle your money right, you're not going to have no money. You're going to be broke. And if you don't apply it the way you should, I mean, just fundamental lessons of the life,
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
I know
That ain't
something.
never gonna change.
I know something else I forgot to add in on mine. I finished another Netflix series, and I've already told Soup about it.
Yeah.
It's called Grand Army. It is a good watch. It basically puts you in the shoes of teenagers nowadays. So I mean, they legit have Instagram, Twitter. So they go into how coming out as gay, gender neutral, racism, rape. Like they cover all arranged marriages as a teenager to get green cards for somebody else and get paid for it. Like it gets deep. It's really, really good. And it ended on a real powerful, also super cliffhanger.
Yeah, I like what I've seen of it so far.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, I got to start that, man. Yeah. All these shows. Shoot, I just finally got through Atlanta.
Oh yeah,
late. I'm late. Like,
I was so happy when I heard him watching it. I was like, oh. I was like, you're gonna really watch it because you hang around people from Atlanta, and you're gonna be like, yo, this is so Atlanta.
it's facts. The whole show is straight facts in every episode. I was just like, okay, yeah, I get it. But other than that, Saturday I did a drag show in Columbia with Perla Ferris as the headliner queen and all that, and they had a pretty good turnout. It was dope how they had that set up and everything, and everybody just doing their stuff and people flipping and doing all kinds of stuff. I was like, what in the world is happening right now? But they showed out. I was like, okay, go ahead, do your thing. Go ahead. But other than that, did you have yours so?
I just did some showcases this week. I forgot. I went back to being so, just getting out, networking. Went to one on Wednesday with P Brown, and Day Day was there, and that song just never gets old. Family to Feed. That's just lit.
Yeah.
So that was a good time, and then I went to Exposure Open Mic, which is Be Rich and Katie's show. Met some really dope R&B artists there. So they'll be coming to my Soul Food show for February and March, I think it is. But yeah, it was pretty cool just to get back out. You know, as Javi says, pop my shit a little bit, you know. I just been quiet for a minute. So it's like, all right, you know, get back out there. That's really all I did this week. I sent all of you a video. I had posted it on my Instagram this week. That thing was just hilarious. Like, yeah, you have a baby girl. Please don't ever burn her hair up like that, please.
Oh my goodness. I
Can you
missed
screen
something.
share
Is it in the group chat?
It's in the chat. Soup has to share it.
Oh yeah, I've seen that video.
Let me see if I can screen share it. I ain't got it set up just yet.
Yeah,
Let
I
me
don't know
get-
how to do all that, so I'm not.
Oh, okay. You just sent it. Okay, hold on. Let's see.
I ain't want people seeing on my business.
Oh, hold on. I
Wait.
might be able to.
Is she doing this on purpose?
Oh no.
It's bad.
She's smiling. I don't.
He's scratching. Yo, let's talk about this.
Oh man.
And she's speaking Chinese at the same time.
It's Chinese?
It's something.
I thought they African.
It's
All right.
been.
All right, I'm about to pull it up.
Okay.
Lord have mercy.
It's crazy because I haven't put heat in my hair in like 4 years. So this is really concerning because I was just talking.
I was concerned, y'all.
All right, here you go.
有狮子啊！对呀、别烫着手了，别烫着手了。啊，这是非洲他们这烫。
And she's smiling while she burned her hair up, man. Like, it's not funny, but it's funny.
But she's scratching the wrong part.
手了。啊，这是非洲他们这烫。这是烫。
Yeah,
Oh
she
my
scratched her
Yeah,
ball. She
that's
didn't even hit with the
bad.
comb yet.
Because that heat is hitting it and it's shit.
Surprised the whole head didn't catch on fire like that. God, dog.
Like that
No,
comb.
that's not okay.
I got a song for that too.
Oh man.
What you got?
Nothing.
Oh
I'm
man.
mad 'cause I'm still laughing at that video like 4 days later. It was like, wait a minute, wait. Like, I had to go back, like, oh no.
Like, what I just watched?
Because I think the steam was hitting it. You know how it burns so bad to the itch.
Oh my goodness. That's not
I have
okay.
fried
That's
dog
not
laid to
okay.
the side, like, literally.
Now, I did want to ask this one question because I saw this was like a big topic this past week with things going on in the world and whatnot. So, in y'all's thoughts in regards to when they ban Trump from all social media platforms that's out there, do y'all feel that this is an infringement on our freedom of speech?
If it was us, yes, but because it's him, no.
But it's because it's a how do you explain it? It's because it doesn't have to deal with the government. It's their personal business. They can ban whoever they want from wherever. That's just like him walking into a donut shop and somebody say, "Hey, you can't come to my donut shop no more. I'm banning you."
Right.
I mean, he can say he's president all he wants to, but this is my donut shop. This is my business.
Well, that too, and he was a threat. I mean, he was causing an uproar. He's lying, like, you know, rallying the people. And the more he gave that lie, the more it was, you know, getting them all, fueling them up. So I think it was, you know, safe for us to shut him down, because if he was, even though I think they're still going to do something, I think that it calmed down from what it could have been had he continuously kept putting out the false lies and, you know, amping them up to do stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Because I know a lot of people were trying to say that, you know, it's kind of, you can look at it from two different ways. You can look at it as, like you were saying, point A, these are private companies and they have a choice on who they can and can't allow on their platform. You know, Boozy just can't be wilding on Instagram like that and not expect to get shut down. Like, you just can't do that. You know what I mean? on the second thought, a lot of people were like, well, who's to say what is or isn't, viable information for someone to say? Now, we know, obviously, with Trump, that was things that just, with that position, you shouldn't be saying certain things. We can all agree on that. But if you got, say, girl that was like telling everybody, Kanye West was out with dude, the makeup guy or whatever, and it's spreading that rumor, why ain't her stuff shut down? You know what I mean? So like, where do we cross these lines with, okay, we got false information floating around all over the place, but what do we do about it or don't do about it? You know what I mean? Because not everybody should have the platform to say whatever they want, but people feel that they do. But they don't also understand that there are consequences to things you say as well. So it's like, where do you find that balance? You know what I mean?
Right. I got you.
I get you. I think really it's just a threat, just like the guy that posted his terroristic threat that he was gonna Senator-elect Raphael Warnock. He had a threat online about his life, and so they instantly shut him down and went and arrested him. I mean, because he's putting it out there, a harm to somebody. Now, don't get me wrong, I do think her saying whatever about Kanye is harm to him and his family and whatever else, but it wasn't like a threat on his life, if that makes sense.
Right.
Or potential to harm, like with Trump, like, march down to the Capitol and I'll meet you there, and, and we were gonna win, and like and you know what I'm saying? And then the group of people that he was speaking to, that in itself, like, it's a whole freaking militia or whatever they are. Yeah. But so that's what I take of it.
Well, I think with them is more, they're to me a cult following, because what people I don't think fail to understand is you have Republicans here, right? But then within Republicans, you have the conservatives or whatever. Then inside the conservatives, you have the Trump supporters. And then it kind of branches off to like other little facets like Proud Boys over here and, skinheads over here and all these other people or whatever that want to be whatever the different little groups, but they're not all, the same. So it's kind of like when they were talking about, when it was trying to find punishment for the ones that went to the Capitol. Okay, I get that, of course, there's the ones you need to go after. Yeah, definitely they're the ones that's terrorists, but was everybody there? I don't know. Because that could have been just the guy that was like, hey, I just want to see the revolution. Should he also get prison time too? I don't know. You know what I mean? Because that could be like flipping it over. Okay, I'm at a Black Lives Matter protest or whatever, and then some knucklehead over here decides to start taking a cop car. I ain't trying to get in trouble because of him. I'm over here for the movement. You know what I mean? What's up, Draco? So, I don't know. There's just different sides. What you about to say, Scoops? I know you about to say so.
Who, me? No.
I thought you about to say something. You had to look like you about to say something.
No, I was rocking.
Oh, okay.
I was rocking my chair.
I mean, but if you were at the Capitol just to be there, I think they would know, like, these idiots that went inside and that were in the chairs, Pelosi's chair and Mitch McConnell's chair, and taking pictures of the computers and the emails being open and the paperwork that was on the table. Lock them up. Lock them up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they outside and they didn't, do nothing. They just out there, leave them out there, let them freeze. But the fools who went inside, that's the ones I had the issues with. Yeah. Like, you weren't supposed to be inside. Come on, man. Oh,
yeah. I think what they were saying was they pinned everybody's phone that was there, like everybody. So nobody there that was able to get on the plane, or at least there was like a systematic way that they were doing. I think some people got through, but majority of them, they were starting to catch them as they were starting to leave. That's when all those videos started popping out and everything. And now they're like, since they got like X amount of arrests, now they're trying to like go through the rest of them. And it's like, what do we do with those folks as we're finding out who did what and everything? You know what I mean?
I just let you know they listen to our phone calls.
Oh yeah, they definitely do that.
Oh
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, data is the most expensive thing on the market right now. It all has to go somewhere. There's clouds for everything.
Mm-hmm. and
Exactly.
networks and everything else.
Satellites.
It's another song. But but as y'all know, we do have a special guest on today's episode. A fine man goes
Yes,
by the
Draco.
name of Troop DZA. And also we got Draco. But
Say, follow me on Instagram, Sir Draco. Tell him.
all right, Troop, where you at?
Yo,
Peace.
can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, we got you. We can't see you though.
Yeah, we just can't.
Hold on. Let me get that right.
Tell him truth. Say, ain't no pressure.
There we go.
There you go.
Oh,
There
yo,
you go.
what's up, bro?
What's good, man?
How you been?
Man, living, man, working, man.
How's the
Trying to
family,
get-
bro?
Oh, they good, man. Hey, when I popped up earlier, I had Liana. You know, she got to do the Zoom thing, so
Yeah.
you know, I've been having to do her school stuff online, so that's why her name popped up earlier. But yeah, man, I just been working, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Been a long time.
Where?
Oh yeah.
Now, I was going to say, just before, of course, like I said, we're going to give you a little quick interview before we get right into the topic. So I did want to know, where did the name Troop DZA come from?
Yeah, so like Troop, like that's like a family nickname. I don't know where that came from, but they've been calling me that forever. But DZA, like man, you know, like as an artist, man, when I was younger, I had like 3 different rap names because I used to listen to like people who I listened to. I used to listen to 3 Stacks, and 3 Stacks would come on and say, I'm Andre 3000, Andre Benjamin, Aloysius, whoever he said it was, you know what I mean? It was all type of different names. And DZA, well, I was Troop Dillinger at one point, because I was obsessed with like John Dillinger and how he was the reason the FBI was created, and like he was like the public enemy. I was like, yeah, I want to be the one coming out of South Carolina, blah blah blah. But then I didn't want to have that name, so like DZA is kind of like, DZA actually means divine zigzag zig Allah, so it's just like all godly, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's just like operating in a higher purpose. Even though you know the music, I'm still being me, but it's just like walking in your purpose and believing in who you're supposed to be. So, you know, I feel like that name fit me more than me trying to be like John Dillinger or me trying to be anybody else. Like Troop is just my nickname anyways, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
this is just that rap alias.
See, 'cause I didn't know if
Yeah,
that
that's
was like trying to
powerful.
spawn off of like Wu-Tang a little bit, you know, with
Yeah.
RZA, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yo, I read the Wu-Tang manual, man. That's how I knew like what the names were. Like I knew what RZA's name was, I knew what GZA's name was, and then like, man, I'm telling you, bro, like I used to be I'm still a student, but like I used to just like read heavy hip hop books, like the Jay-Z book, The Coded. I read that so I could figure out how he thought as far as like rapping and how he set up bars. I read about the Wu-Tang, and they had like the Supreme Alphabet in there, and they were just talking about what their names meant, and you know, like why they said they were from Shaolin, and you know what I mean, like different things. So I was like, all right, man, like it was just a dope hip hop moment, and it was just something that taught me. So being a student, you know, I just applied that to who I am.
Bet. Now,
That's really powerful.
the main reason why you're here is also to let everybody know about In Tune with Troop DZA.
Yeah,
But
man.
I will say, bro, I've been listening. You got a nice thing going right now.
Well, I appreciate it, man.
Like, dope. Y'all
Appreciate it.
got a chance to check it out. This shit.
I haven't got it just yet.
Yeah, I was listening yesterday.
Yeah, it's lit.
I appreciate that for real. I've been listening to y'all too. Like, man, it's just like, okay, first off, like Superman and So and you know, y'all like Scooby, like y'all got a dope show too. So it's just like just listening to what y'all doing and how y'all energy is. Like, I feel like stuff like that is missing. Like, even though like my show is just like me, I started off my show because I've been learning a lot, like I said, and sometimes I just want to like break down music. And like how I was saying, like how I listen to different albums, man. One week I might be listening to Jasmine Sullivan. Next week I might be listening to Fleetwood Mac. Like it just depends on like what type of vibe I'm in and like what type of like songwriting I want to hear that week. And I feel like with the show sometimes I can hear music, and you know, like as an artist or even like a DJ, like you might hear a way that you can blend a record that somebody else might not hear it.
Right.
And I feel like as an artist sometimes you can hear the way somebody set up a bar, like Jay-Z, man. I mean Jay-Z used to set up bars and say stuff all the time, like I'm so appalled. He said, I'm so appalled. I might just buy the mall just to show you niggas how much more I have in store. You know what I mean? Like just setting up different bars and how you can go with different directions. And like sometimes I hear it, and sometimes I feel like it's not appreciated in music. And I feel like you know, like having a podcast where we talk about that. And I want to eventually get other artists on and like have them breaking down their lyrics. And you know, and then like me saying like, oh well, I thought I heard this, because you know music can go different directions.
Right.
So yeah, man, I just wanted to get on it, man. I just want to show my love for the music. I don't want to be put in a box. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to just be a rapper. Like, that's how they get us, man.
That's fact.
I really appreciate that, because there's a special artistry in lyricism, you know, and how you align yourself, your lyrics. I know what you mean about setting your bars up.
Yeah. You got to, like, and like it's all penmanship, I mean, I'm 30, right? So I came up and I remember like I couldn't understand Outkast when I was young, but as I got older, and I couldn't understand Jay-Z, but I feel like 2015, 2014, I bought the Fuji Score album, even though it came out in 2006. I bought Reasonable Doubt, and it was like another album, and I just got stuck. And I just started paying attention, and it's like, bro, this stuff, like, it's stuff that we do, it's stuff that we say on tracks that it just goes over people's heads. And sometimes we like, because it's hip hop, you might just think, oh, they're just talking. But, you know, like, nigga right, really might be spitting sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, really might be saying something.
Yeah, a lot of times.
I like this record.
Yeah, a lot of times people just got to pay attention, you know. And that's what I hate, because, like, people be, like, singing song stuff, and I'm like, do you know what you even talking about? Like,
Right.
like there's so much trash out here.
Talk about.
And is he going
I have to get on my daughter, like, when she does TikToks, like, she'll do a video, and, like, she'll be dancing and doing the songs and stuff. I'm like, yo, like, you can't do that. Like, you don't even know what they're saying. Like, I understand you watch the TikTok videos, and, like, you think, like, it's just a dance, but it's like, nah, we ain't, and we can't invite that energy in, because I ain't with that.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember when I was younger, I was listening to Secret Garden, and I was singing my heart out, and my mom's friend, she's like, "Bop, close your mouth," and I'm like, "It's the song." Like,
right.
Had no clue what I was over there screaming out my mouth.
Gotta be for real.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, I did just want to kind of touch on, without going too deep into it, because I know, you know, thank God we have you here today. I know you experienced your accident just a few weeks back. I don't know if you want to just like touch on that just for 2 seconds without, you know.
Yeah. I'll say this, man. If I had a hit, I feel like if I had a hit maybe like an inch or two over, I definitely wouldn't have been alive. If I didn't have my seatbelt on, I wouldn't have been alive, because my head hit the window, but my seatbelt and everything saved me. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like to be real, bro, I wish I didn't see it. I wish I didn't see any of it happening, because it's like, you know, stuff like that, it'll give you PTSD. Like, you might be on the road and then something might happen. And it happened since then. I might have to pull over and just be like, yo, like, I'm in my head. You know what I mean? Like, right. I'm tripping or something. You know what I mean? But I'm going to say this, bro. Like, that happened. And then, like, 2 weeks later, right, I had to help some guys, and they were in a wreck. And, you know, I had to, like, the guy, he was crying and everything, and I literally just had to tell him, I was like, bro, you happy to be alive. Like, you alive, bro. Like, he got out of the car talking about how his shoes was messed up. And I promise, bro, I said the same thing. Like, once I realized I was okay, I was like, nigga, these my sixes, bro. I'm like, I messed my shoes up. You know what I mean? Yeah. The ambulance where the EMS guy was like, bro, you lucky to be alive. Like, I was talking to him. He was like, yo, you only got a bruise on you, man. He was like, you got a bruise on your hand. He's like, you not, like, my nose was bleeding a little bit from the airbags. But man, like, when I tell you, like, my back don't hurt, like, nothing. I don't even know how I walked away.
Wow.
Like, for real, bro. Like when I tell you, Like it'll make you feel covered, bro. And the girl that found me, like, cause I hit it and like, okay, when the airbags hit me, I blacked out, right? The girl that found me, she said she had pressed snooze on her alarm clock 3 times that morning because she didn't want to go to work. And she said that she was about to call out and she was like, man, let me go get this money. She worked at the post office. She was like, they had been working like 10, 11 days in a row. They couldn't have a day off. And she was like, that morning she pressed snooze and then she just so happened to see me. You know what I mean? Like, for real.
Divine intervention.
Boy,
I
It
know
was
exactly.
wild.
I know exactly what you mean. I went through it in 2010. Wrecked. I flipped my dad's truck like 3 or 4 times, and when the truck flipped, it was in Greenwood, so it was on a country road, and it's coming off a bridge, so there was no light there, so you could not see the truck. It's like 5 a.m. It's raining, and people just see me trying to flag somebody down, and they don't know what's going on because they can't see the truck. And like, like you said with your shoes, the first thing I thought about after I figured out I was good, I was like, man, my phone, man, I want my phone. Like, where's my phone? Like, because my mom and everybody had got there, everything was straight, and I was like, man, where my phone at? I need my phone.
Yeah, man.
So I know exactly what you mean.
And I'm a big Lakers fan. I had a Lakers hat on that night. I can't tell you for the life of me what my Lakers hat at. I had on a Kobe Bryant jersey. My jersey was straight, but I can't find that hat, bro. And like, I was real mad about that. But I mean, like, it just opened up my eyes after it, because I'm like, bro, like, people don't appreciate life. Like, sometimes I get on Facebook or social media and I just see how people just talk like negatively about life. And I'm like, bro, you don't understand. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all, it's crazy saying this, when you about to experience death, your mind goes through the process. When I saw the poll and everything else, my mind instantly went to it. It was fun. It's been a good ride. It's over.
Yep.
Like, I accepted it. You know, like mentally. So like when I came to 2 and I was still alive, bro. Like, man, I'm telling you, that's something God can make you just feel it. Cause like 2-3 weeks before that, I was complaining about my job. You know, me and my girl was talking. She was like, "You lucky to have a job." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm tired of working. I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of blah blah blah." And then I'm in a wreck. Now I'm just glad to be alive. I go to work every day early now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes we need that little shake up in our lives to make sure, hey, we are still living. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Keep you on your toes.
right. But if y'all ready, we're gonna go ahead and jump into this topic real quick. So today is ownership a trend? Okay. So basically the whole premise behind that was I was talking to one of my homeboys, and shout out to Douglas Eady, aka Dougie Fresh. He does the artwork for the SC lottery. So all the tickets and all that stuff, that's his stuff. And we were just talking about, how in the past several years, we've been pushing, black ownership, buy black, ownership. And within these past couple of years, some of the big dogs like Jay-Z and, Diddy and all the ones all across the board have been, kind of making it more, I don't want to use the word popular, but it is what it is, just making it more, saying like, hey, maybe this is something you should be doing. You know what I mean? Before that, it wasn't like a big thing. So with that presence, if that were to kind of fall back, do you think that people would still be in line to keep pushing forward to obtain an LLC or, a corporation or whatever to solidify their business? Or is it just a trend just because it seems to be cool at the time?
It's a hard no, because I don't feel like they would. Because you would have mass majority that wouldn't, because it's not the thing anymore. However, you will have others that did take that information in and use it and start their LLCs, their businesses and what have you, and staying committed to what they said they were going to do. But mass majority, nah, it's not happening.
Yeah, you're definitely going to have a lot of people that are going to benefit greatly from having their own business and their own family in line to, take their positions in that business as well. So I think for some people, it's absolutely necessary. And for some people, if we are still in an employee mindset and comfortable there, then, we're going to stay there. If I guess it's kind of like your circumstances, what works for you. But I think that some people are taking this information and using them as jewels, as gems, like keys to the kingdom. You know, a lot of these people who are sharing, you know, their experiences with ownership, of course, have more money, more assets, more connection, more resources. So I think that some people are actually, you know, getting it, you know, that this is more than just for now, you know, this is a long game type of situation.
Yeah, I agree with Scoob. There's some people who they just do things because they see other people, such as celebrities, do things. It's like everybody gets mad. They're like, why do they always go to puff, you know, for voting and stuff? But it's because they know that it's kind of like a, I hate to say it, like the monkey see, monkey do mentality to a point. And then, you know, even tying it back to the industry, you know, like I asked the artists at the show the other week, like, why are you here? Because some of them, they really don't know. They just, everybody's a rapper, so I'm a rap too, and pull up, but they don't have their business in order. They don't understand the logistics behind it and how to do it. And then you have those that do go get the LLC, and then it just sits there. It's just a name taken that somebody else could have used to really make prosperous and, you know, grow. So it's like half and half. Some people, they do it for the right reasons. They want to grow. They have dreams, visions, goals for their families, you know, and their, you know, legacy or whatever the case. And then you have those that just want to be important, want to be heard, want to be seen, want something to post on social media, and don't have a clue what they're doing.
Yes, like it's definitely a trend. Like I mean, I'm not gonna say it's definitely a trend because some people, like y'all said, some people use it, for their family and everything. But it's a lot of people who definitely get an LLC, definitely let the name just sit there. They don't do anything with it. I've been seeing a lot of posters like get an LLC, get an SBA loan, you in the game. Like there is no game plan about like what exactly, like what are you selling, what are you doing with it. They
That's all
don't.
you need.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? And like they don't think about it. Like, and even if you use it as a tax write off or whatever, like you gotta understand exactly what you're doing. And with like So said with artists, me especially, I did not know anything for a long time. Like all I knew was going to the studio and making music and being like tagging people on Facebook. Like I literally used to do that all the time. You know what I mean? Or like go on Twitter and somebody used to be talking about like Travis Porter, for example. I'd be like, yeah, they cool, but listen to this. You know what I mean? Like plugging my music in there and all this stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, like you gotta learn, you gotta understand what exactly to do because if you don't, you just gonna be you like somebody else gonna run laps around you because they understand. And you might be thinking like, oh well, my music hard or blah blah blah, but you really gotta understand what to do with it. Like if you don't, you're gonna be running in circles.
It's just like, again, the last show, I was like, who in here has an ISRC code or knows what it is? And it was like 2 people. It was like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. Like, I was just like, oh no. I almost wanted to just be like, no show, like go home. I mean,
Not no show.
like, what you here for? But what are you
Right.
here for?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
and then, you know, they be like, oh, I got my song. I'm trying to get my song on the radio. Ain't no DJ on no radio finna play your music.
Mhm.
You ain't got no code.
Not like
Mm.
that. Shout out, Big Hobby.
It's a crazy game though because like you said, it's so much simple things that people don't know. Like for instance, like you know how like we hear people talking about owning your masters and stuff. Like right now, like Taylor Swift in that whole situation where she recording like every last like the past 6 albums she did, she recording all of them again so that she can own a new masters, right? But I feel like a lot of times we talk about the master so much and then people don't actually know how to own it. And then once I found out how to do it, I was like, what in the world? Like it's that simple, but it's just we don't know. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
we don't know about ISRC codes unless somebody like actually talking to Soso. Like if I was at the show and I didn't have one, I probably wouldn't even raise my hand. I probably like would have Googled and be like, yo, what's she talking about? Because I'm about to go find out what that is. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta learn though, man.
Yeah. Because that's like my little homeboy. He's a little younger than me, but he started a resale business where he was selling, streetwear and stuff. And he's been through 2 stores at this point, and now he's looking for another building and he's like legit struggling trying to find a company that's gonna let him rent a space so he can do what he needs to do. Like, and a lot of people's like, oh, you know, they should be fine with it. You making the money, you're providing the rent. But it's more than that. Like, he's telling them, like, he's going through and blogging right now and going through the process that he's having to go through to get the spot, to start his business back up. Hey, this is how I started my sneaker business. This is how I started reselling clothes and shoes and so on and so forth, because he's been without a shop for like 3 months now. He's just doing straight out his trunk, you know, from his house, whatever. But it's a struggle, and a lot of people don't realize the process that it takes to do all that stuff.
People just want to look the part, bro. Let me tell you, like, if it's so much that goes into like owning something that I feel like people just think you get an LLC and that's it, and that's not how it works. Like, man, I had to, man, it made me mad last year. I started selling shirts, and I was selling a good bit, but you would have, man, I hate to say it like this. But bro, niggas always want something for free, and they always gonna try to figure out a way to get it for free. So like, I was selling the shirts, and I remember like, you know, I had people coming up to me. I'd be like, yo, you can buy it off the website or cash at me, but there'll always be one person that'll catch me out, be like, yo, bro, let me get a shirt to Friday, or let me get a hoodie to Friday, and I'd be like, man, this is really money that I put up. So if you don't give me the money, and now it's like 10 or 15 of y'all that's trying to do this over time. Now I'm running out of money, or now I'm losing money because of y'all. You know what I mean? And then like okay, you at school was talking about this friend that had made the streetwear. Like, okay, I made these shirts, right? The main thing that hurt me when I made the hoodies was the prices that the vendor was selling them to me for. And then you got to think about the prices that you put in for the colors. So like, this is like 3-4 different screens right here. So you got to pay for the green, the black, the white, all of it for them to lay it over. So now you getting a hoodie for $40. You paying for the screen or whatever. You charging people $55, and they saying it's too high, and you probably making $7. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And then they don't think about that, and then that goes back to what Soso was saying. People getting the LLC, and then they just leaving it right there because it's a Facebook post. Now they like, yo, I got this LLC, I'm popping, but you really didn't do nothing. And you really like when you start taking L's, because I had to sit on a lot of shirts. Like, it was some shirts I had to take to the Salvation Army because I was like, yo, people taught me like, yo, buy me this, give me this size. My daughter was this size. And then when it's time to pay for it, you can't find them. And I just got tired of that. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I got loyal people that was buying from me, but it was like the people that were messing it up. I was like, yo, y'all messing up my mindset. Like, and it made it like, it's stressful when you're trying to own something like that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I did just want to dip in real quick into side hustle versus small business. So what y'all think about that in regards to like, okay, so like say Troop say, if I got some shirts, but you know, I'm not really like, it's not my thing, but I'm just trying to make a couple extra bucks. All right, cool, whatever. But then if I said, okay, I got this brand, I got this LLC, you know, I got a place to distribute, you know, now I got my small business, you know, how y'all feel about the two entities? Because the main difference between the two is taxes.
For sure. I feel like when you start learning about it, like you might start using Guild and T-shirts or something like that to start off, right? And that might be your side hustle. That's how it started with me, because I realized I had something. But then after that, you want to start making your own brand. So now you want the tags inside. Now you want like the different things. Now when people buy your shirt or whatever, you like, nah, you can't. I can give you cash, but I got this app to where I can write down my taxes. And at the end of the year, I can put everything in. You know what I mean? Because like, if you riding around just getting money all day, man, I mean, yeah, you could do that, but man, Uncle Sam want his money at the end of the day. So you're gonna have to pay them taxes.
I was gonna say, I think that's the biggest difference: side hustle versus small business. Which one are you making the money from? Which one is legal? Which one are you paying the taxes on? You know what I'm saying? Because again, I hate to keep picking on them, but like with artists, like for some of them, I feel like it's a side hustle. You know what I'm saying? because they don't have the business in order. So they just play. You know, like, okay, you got you a good workout. You jumped across the stage for 5 minutes. You did a great job. You did well in PE, I can tell. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have no ISRC code. You don't have anything going on business-wise. You don't even have your copyrights done. So why should I take you serious? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just watched you jump across the stage. That's it. But when it came to the business, you didn't have any of that done. You know, your name. Is your name? Do you have your copyrights on your name? You know, your trademark and stuff. Like, all of that comes into play. So that's why it goes back to what I said in the beginning. Like, I have a lot of friends that got their LLC and they just posted it. Oh yeah, I'm popping. I did this, 2021 is gonna be mine. Watch this. And then the whole year you don't see them do nothing but post pictures, the same stupid stuff. And it's like, okay, well, what happened to never mind. You know what I'm saying? I just be like, mind my business.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to say something. You said, yeah, and I thought you were going to roll into something.
Right.
You know, my ad libs finally.
Yeah. I'm so those ad libs.
Yeah. Finally got it together.
Y'all, you have anything on that one?
Yeah, no, I just was gonna say, I definitely agree. It just depends on which one you're actually passionate about. And when you're passionate about something, you might just like doing it, but you still have to, I think we still over time have to study our craft. You know what I mean? Grow comfortable in it, grow from it, grow in it. So it just depends on what's actually going to be something that's not going to feel like work and you can profit from. And, just come up with a game plan, something I'm working on myself. But, you just have to figure out what works for you, what's going to be easy to work into a system.
Yeah. Now, I will say, I think that, however they can make it into a thing for adults, but definitely for every high school student, they need a class on taxes, because that is really what a lot of people don't see coming until they hit them. And they're like, whoa, okay, well, if I would have counted this and added that and itemized that, and man, that makes that payment go way down. As we can see, I hate to bring him up, but knowing the tax laws, 45 was able to only pay what, $750 in taxes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just knowing how to move the money around, and it's in the law. You know what I mean? Like, prime example. So I went to one of them real estate convention type things or whatever, and then they had a section of the 3-day weekend that was dedicated just to taxes and stuff, breaking it down between LLC and corporation and even S corp in regards to real estate. But just even in that field, if you don't know what you're doing, like, your money is just going out the window. Like, it's insane of like what they were like breaking down. I'm just like, what? Like, nobody was telling us this. Like, this is crazy. Like, that's a big part. So bringing it back to the situation in regards to everybody that's like starting these LLCs and whatnot, if they don't know how to keep that money back instead of all going to Uncle Sam as far as like counting what they need to count and everything, it's going to go out the door. You know what I mean? So how do y'all feel about in regards to like people, I guess, educating themselves or just trying to find the right information or who to talk to in regards to, stuff like that? Because I feel that is what is hurting us a lot, because we just don't have the knowledge behind it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I think understanding or the lack thereof can either make you or break you, but it can definitely keep you from reaching higher levels if you're not willing to continue your education. I know they made, is it economics? They made a primary in school. I'm surprised they're not teaching taxes and economics or independent living or anything like that. But I definitely, I agree with you either way, just because that is something, whether it's something they're supposed to be able to do or not, it is something that we all deal with, especially once you start dealing with business. But I agree. I definitely think it's mandatory. so you're not walking into traps, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel like you should have to pay to learn about that. I feel like that should be a part of grade school.
Yeah.
See, so like, you're right, but like for me, there's so many classes that I actually missed out on because I took like advanced courses in high school, middle school, high school. So like even like general science, I didn't get to take that. They put me like straight in biology, chemistry, physics, all that stuff. So that honestly, really. And then even for like math, I was in calculus, stuff like that. They were just like, when I look back, I took so many things that I didn't need. And the classes I really need, I didn't get to take because I wasn't on the general studies diploma choice or whatever. And I think that sucks for some kids. You know what I'm saying? Because some, like, you have some kids that are super smart, but they have no common sense. And you have some kids that are super smart, but they don't have the basics. They just know that book stuff, high level, and they can talk to you, but they can't talk to you, have a conversation with you. And so I do think that that's unfair to a point to the advanced students because like for me, so when I took the high school graduation test, I failed the science section because I didn't take any of that stuff. Like physical science, that's what it was called. I didn't take any of that. And the stuff I took, there were no formulas on there for physics and stuff. So it's like I wasted time taking that stuff. And I thought that was unfair. Like I almost couldn't graduate had I not passed. You know what I'm saying? And so I had to take like this class over the summer, which was like a scrunch course of what my classmates, well, you know, some of them took for like 9th grade, the whole freaking year. I had to get like 3 weeks of it. And then I passed like by 4 points. And I felt stupid. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, well, dang, like, how did I not pass? You know what I'm saying? So I do think that our school systems are jacked up because they don't teach our kids like the basics of life. They don't teach, like, I know here in Atlanta, they don't get the trade school and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like up north where I'm from, we had a school specifically for trade. It was called Henry Abbott Tech. And that's where your hairstylist went. That's where, you know, actors. I remember going to the high school, like a whole drama play, you know, theater, all of that. That's where they went to school. And they got to do all that stuff. And I just think it's unfortunate, you know what I'm saying, to some of the kids now. And then on the flip side, as an adult, though, if you educate yourself, if you like Troop got on here, he said he read the books, you know, he wanted to study Jay-Z, he wanted to study this. Like DJ Chuck T, I hit him up. I'm actually going to go to one of his courses. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure it's going to be a lot of stuff that I already know, but I'm sure there's something that I don't know. So I want to go. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay to do that. And that's what I think too. We sometimes put ourselves in these boxes and we don't try to go educate ourselves and get what we need to be better. It's like we think we made it and then we get so complacent. Again, getting an LLC, feeling like you popping, but you stuck. You ain't do nothing with it, you know? So that's my take.
Yeah. The crazy thing is like exactly like what you said, like people don't educate themselves. And like it's like artists, like I got so many artist friends that I don't think they actually know how to make money from music. I don't like sometimes I ask them like, yo, what's the goal? Like okay, you want to say I'm the hottest around here, but like what is it to be hot around here? Like what is that? You know what I mean? Like what do you really want to take it with the music? Because like last year when we actually had to sit down when everything started happening, I started like wondering stuff. And like I was going to work, watching Netflix, I feel like I watched every movie last year, like anything I could think of. Like I probably watched the Marvel Universe 10 times in 2020 for real. But but I just started thinking like, yo, how can I get my music in like TV shows like Insecure? Like what type of bag is that? Like what's the process of doing that? Because nobody told me before, you know what I mean? Or nobody even like mentioned that. I never even heard nobody saying, yo, I'm gonna write this song just to see if I can get it played somewhere. Like you feel me? Like, but it's like we don't understand it and we don't think about like how to make money from it. And like, okay, like if you get 1 million views on YouTube, that might be $400 or $500, like for real. And then if it's not on your page, like if you put it on WorldStar page or something like that, WorldStar gonna get the money, and then you might not get it. You know what I mean? Like it's all type of stuff that you just gotta know. And it's like if you don't learn, if you don't educate yourself, if you don't like try to learn, you're just gonna be running in circles and you're gonna be real lost. Or if somebody trying to put you on game, like sometimes, people they'll take criticism and be like, oh well, I know that already. Like no, like it's like exactly what Soso said. Like if you go to a class and yeah, you might know information, you might learn something else, but it's like it's nothing to refresh it because I'm gonna go again. You know what I mean? Like I'm on the same thing, but it's just all about like actually like wanting to learn. Because there's so many people that don't want to learn anything at all. Like they're okay with not knowing anything because they don't know that they're missing out on stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like once you start putting everything together and start realizing everything, like especially with music, like last year I had a lot of streams on the song, barely made pennies. Like Spotify pay you like 0.0003 as a stream, right? Okay, y'all got a podcast. Everybody like we got podcasts, right? If you get sponsored on a podcast and people listening to you, you get paid from that. So just depending on how many people actually sponsoring you, whatever, you can make more money doing a podcast than you can make a songs. You feel me? But it's just about what your passion is. Like if you just in it for the music, or if you in it for the money, then you in it for the wrong reason as far as music goes. But I feel like with music, you just gotta know. Like if you love making music, like you just gotta know where you want to go with it. Like. But it's all the basics. Like you gotta own your name. Like if you don't own your name, then you're gonna be lost. If you don't got your stuff copyrighted, you can't do nothing. If you buying leased beats and your contract, you ain't reading it and you ain't paying attention, you're gonna be lost. Cause that kind of happened. That almost happened with me with the whole ESPN situation. I had bought No Pressure, right? I bought 4 different leases for No Pressure, and then I sent the contract to ESPN. Like after I had bought the unlimited one, right? So they was like, nah, you need the one where you own the master. So then I had to hunt this guy down and pay him whatever he wanted for the masters. You know what I mean? But it's worth it in order to get yourself out there.
And
but,
you're lucky he let you buy it, because some of them are jerks and would say no.
Right. And they do that. Like they'll just be like, nah, I'm good. And he put a price on it, and I'm like, bro, he was like, I want 500. You want 500, bro, and you probably ain't been doing nothing all year. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna give you that because it's an opportunity for me. Like even if it don't work out, I learned something. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. Like I might take an L, but like hell, I'm gonna broadcast my L's too, just like I'm gonna broadcast my W's. You know what I mean? Because there's up and downs in it. Like I don't want people to get it twisted because people show highlights all the time and then they don't really know like. It's bloopers behind the scenes too. You know what I mean? Like you gonna fall, but you gotta get up.
I was gonna ask, because you already jumped right into it, but I was gonna say, in regards to you finding out what you needed to do to get to that next level, in regards to that deal, like what did you need to find out, to make that happen?
Okay, so yeah, like whenever you're dealing with United Masters, and that's something else I learned about United Masters because last year I was looking at them like it was the end all be all for me. Like I was looking at United Masters like, yo, United Masters is the only way to get placements. It's the only way to do this, right? But it's not. You just gotta know music supervisors. And if you know music supervisors and if you own your masters, you in the game. Like it's all about having paperwork. Like if you got a single that you gonna push, and this is something I had to learn. This is like the song that I'm about to put out, The Runners. I had to get the paperwork right for it. I had to buy the masters from the guy, and we had to make sure the paperwork was right. And I wanted his signature on it and mine because if I'm gonna own something and I'm gonna do it, I don't want to play with it. And that's what I had to learn with United Masters because, one of the leases, I told you I bought 4 different leases, right? One of them was like $50, right? Well, as artists, we might buy a lease off a website, and then we don't read the little download that come with the beat. So boom, you buy it for $50, and it say, if you get 1,000 plays, then you got to buy a new contract. At this point, No Pressure had way over 1,000 plays. I didn't even read the contract, so I went and bought another one, and it was like I sent it to him, and it was like, no, you need to have the one where it says that you own the master's audio, you own the master recording. Like it's detailed. It ain't just the artist owns unlimited streams to this beat, unlimited. That's the difference between an unlimited lease and a master audio record contract. Because if you got unlimited, it says unlimited TV, blah, blah, blah. But you still, when you're in a situation where you're trying to get on TV, you still got to be able to contact the producer and say, hey, bro, we got a placement that's about to come up. It's a bag coming on our end. You know, if I own the masters, I own 50% of the publishing and you own 50% of the publishing. Let's get this bag. You know what I mean? But it's a lot of times, like Soso said, producers, they'll be jerks or they just won't even understand what's going on. They'll just be like, nah, I'm straight up. Nah, I need this. I need 2,000 and you ain't made 10 beats this year. Like, hell no. Nah. We ain't doing that.
That. So
supply and demand.
Right. So what can we do to keep you know, this ownership phase from becoming just a trend, you know what I'm saying, to keep, you know, whoever you want to say, our people, family, friends, or whatever, to keep moving forward to do better? You know, how can we keep that, I guess, in the sense of the education behind it to keep them moving forward so it doesn't just fall off and everybody's still working for somebody else? Which, I mean, there's still gonna be people working for somebody else, but you know what I mean, in the larger sense of trying to move to something better that you can pass down to your future generations and so forth.
I think people benefit from other people's stories sometimes.
You gotta hear the stories, benefit from the stories. Like y'all said, y'all, you moved, you next to me now. But yeah, you gotta benefit from the stories, the testimonies. But when you benefit from it, you still gotta go do your work, your homework, your footwork to take care of your testimony and your story. And then you have to share it. And that's the other problem. Some of us have knowledge and we sit on it. For why? You know what I'm saying? Like, because we know, I could tell you some blue in the face. That don't mean you're gonna get up and go do it. So why not just share it? You know what I'm saying? To lead the horse to the water, you can't make them drink. So just
You dig what
give
I'm
it to
saying?
them. Huh?
I said, you dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, that part.
Yeah.
But you feel me? Like, just so, and that's where we struggle as, you know, young, I hate to say it, but young people. It's like we get the information, we hype, oh man, y'all, you know, she about to take off, oh man, I want to be like her. Or even Troop. Like, I know some artists that were inspired by Troop, you know, from coming to the show and watching him, following him. And I saw them start doing some of the things he was doing or attempting to do some of the things he was doing, but then they stopped. You know what I mean? And so it's like, you got to keep going. Like, it's not going to be easy. Sometimes you're going to spend money that you don't really want to spend or you don't have. But if you're investing to make this really manifest, then take your L's, because you know later you're going to get those big wins. So that's what I get from it. You know, and that's why, like, for me, I take it personal when an artist doesn't show up to my showcase. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I put my all into this, but you don't want it. I want it more than you, and that can't work. You have to want it more for yourself before I go. You know what I'm saying? Help.
Oh, yeah.
That's like you were saying about the seats being reserved for those who are more than willing to put forth the effort to go above and beyond for themselves. Believing in yourself is what's going to get you there. And that in itself is a consistent job.
Yeah. So every day, all day situation.
People got to see, like how you were saying, in order to keep it going, people got to see that you actually doing it. Or like us, like, you know, like we got to shine our light. And I feel like a lot of, like Soso said, people sitting on information, sitting on knowledge. That's not right, in my opinion, because it's like, why would you sit on the information? Why won't you talk? Like, why won't you put people on? Like even, okay, like peak game. Even if you put somebody on to some information that you know, 9 times out of 10 they're not gonna do it. And
9
that's
times
like
out of 10.
word, like for real. And it's like sometimes you can tell people, and like you can just, they'll be like, yo, how did you do that? And you'll be like, bro, let me tell you. And you would tell them, I'm talking about, you can tell them exactly what you did, and they will not do it. And I've seen that way too many times. Or like, it's other artists that I'm cool with, and like we'll be talking about something sometimes, and they'll just be like, bro, like you, I know you're not gonna do it, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. Or like I'll see them do something, and like, okay, like I'm 30, right? I've been making music since I was 14 years old. So people like people that see me around and they think I'm over 30. You know what I mean? Or like they thinking I'm like they be talking like OG and shit. I'm like, nigga, you older than me. You know what I mean? My bad. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm like you older than me. You know what I mean? But like when you like when you just learning stuff like that and like you gotta show people. Like I used to do the Coast to Coast Live things, right? And I used to do them. They used to be in Charlotte. They used to be in Raleigh. I go to them. You know what I mean? And then I was like, man, I feel like they taking my money because I ain't even got a chance. You know what I mean? Or I'm like, you go to Charlotte, somebody in Charlotte win. From Charlotte win. You go to Raleigh, somebody from Raleigh win. You like, bro, come to Spartanburg, come to Greenville. Like, somewhere where I might have a shot at. You know what I mean? But it's like, in order to show people to win and show people to keep going with that, you got to put your wins and your losses out there so people know. Like, you can't just be showing your good pictures all the time because everybody gonna be thinking everything's sweet. They don't understand how much you actually put into doing something. How much, like my grandma say, you gotta put that elbow grease in there. You gotta work. You know what I mean? Like for real. Like people don't understand that, and when they don't see that, they take it for granted because they think that you just wake up every day and everything handed to you. And that ain't how it worked for me, and I know it ain't how it worked for y'all. You know what I mean? That's not life. You know what I mean? So you just gotta show your wins and your losses in order to get people to keep going.
Yes,
You gotta make it worth it.
For sure.
So
like,
I'm gonna go ahead and
the creed. I'm just gonna say the creed that we live by in the band program I went to. It starts off, working hard is most essential. Like that is the truest line. I apply that in my staff meetings at work. They don't know where I got it from. I be sounding so good up there. I be like, yeah, working hard is so essential. But you know what I'm saying? But for real, like on some real talk, like if you get out there and grind, like I said, sometimes you lose before you come up, but when you get out there and really put your foot in the mud and really just go through the trenches, like for real, your wins are going to be so big, it's so rewarding. But when you just sit up there buying your followers and doing all that other stuff, trying to get the easy way out all the time, that junk is cute at first, but that junk gonna crash,
Yep. Yeah, it crashes every time.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say we're gonna go ahead and move into closing statements.
That's
You want to jump in?
Hard.
I mean, yeah. Gotta work hard.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Okay.
May ownership be more than just a trend. May it be a new wave of elevation in both our families and our culture. We should want to own so that our children can own.
For sure. Yo, do y'all remember the Dame Dash interview when he was like, "My son has cookies," and you remember at first like we laughed.
I
you remember
that.
like we laughed about that so much because he kept saying, "My son has cookies," but nah, his son really had cookies. Like he was really making money from it. You know what I mean? Like it's like that's you got to make ownership cool. And even if you sound crazy at first, people might laugh at you because they don't understand. You just got to keep going because a lot of people they'll say that you crazy and they don't even know what crazy is. You know what I mean? So,
not at all.
For sure.
So, before I wrap it up, good. All right. Last thing I was gonna say was, in regards to keeping it from becoming a trend, like y'all were saying, you just gotta apply what you're doing, work hard, and it even goes back to the book I was mentioning earlier in the show, The Richest Man in Babylon. Everybody knows it, even says it in the Bible. Faith without works is dead. If you working, ain't no such thing as luck. It's hard work and preparation meets opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So as long as everybody that has that view of the future can grasp it and obtain it, the way you obtain it is through your education, moving forward, working hard. And when all that comes together, you're gonna be successful. So
yeah.
So before we go ahead and get up out of here, anybody got anything? Did that even sound right? Does anybody have anything going on this week?
Sound like the dude at the auction for a second. What do you call them? The auctioneer?
That one, that two, that three. Sold.
Sold to the man with the Superman hat.
And he just flew away. Okay. What y'all got going on?
I mean, I got a single coming out. It should be out this week. I already submitted it. It's called The Runners. It's produced by this guy named, I call him by his real name, CJ Foster. He ain't got no producer name, so but it's gonna be dope, man. I love it. I gotta get y'all on my show since
Yes.
because we gotta cross that. And I love to have y'all on because we can all talk about an album that came out, or like what's y'all favorite album and why, blah blah blah. Like, I just want to talk music with people that love music.
Oh,
You know what I mean? So yeah, we definitely gotta make that happen.
And when can they catch the new episode? Or
Every Thursday.
Every Thursday. Okay.
Yeah, every Thursday. Last week episode I was talking about Jasmine Sullivan album Hotels. I love that album. I love everything that Jazz doing right now. Shout out to Jazz Sullivan for real. This week I'm gonna talk about my single that's coming out. I'm actually talking about the process of like recording and the process of like picking the single and how to push it and how long to push it, because I feel like a lot of times we just push it for like 6 days and it's over with.
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
5 minutes, yeah.
Right.
For sure.
Constant work.
Cool.
For me, it's a busy week. Oops, I did the Superman. It's a busy week. Let's see.
That's a hand rub. We were trying to stop because it picks up everything.
We got inauguration Wednesday. Y'all be safe. Thursday, me and DJ Superman will be on a cocktails and conversations panel here in ATL. Shoot, that actually might be it this week. But next week, well, we have another show before that. Yeah, we got another show before that. So yeah, I'll talk about that the next show. Yeah. It's just it's too much happening. I've just been depending on the Google Calendar at this point.
But yeah, spinning off of what she said, we're gonna be talking about dating, stuff like that. First 30 days, what goes down, what shouldn't go down, and all that. So it's gonna be interesting hearing from the ladies and from the gentlemen. Also, on Monday, I'm gonna be going for my orange belt in Wing Chun. So wish me luck on that. I think I got it.
There we go.
About a couple more years, I'll be it, man. Y'all watch out now. Now, but true story though, we're not under his lineage. We're under the guy that was like equal to him lineage on the other side was Ju Wong, and then it kind of goes down to my Seagung, then my seafood. But it's all crazy and cool and all that good stuff. But so we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the show. Before I get out of here, I just want to say, for anybody that's listening to the show, just be sure to follow the link in the show notes. Let Buzzsprout know that we sent you. So for all y'all out there looking to start a podcast, that gets you $20 Amazon gift card if you sign up for a paid plan, and also help support our show. So it's easy. Just get some recording equipment, start, and voila, you have a podcast just like that. So guess we're gonna go and get it out of here.
Topic for next week, dude.
Oh shoot! See, thank you. I'm telling y'all gotta be on me for this, because I'll be like forgetting.
It's all big and tidy, just sitting on your desk. You don't see it.
Well, literally is tidy. But let's see here. We are gonna be talking about next week Americanized circumcision. Brought to you by Yah. That's gonna be a heavy topic.
Listen, it needs to be okay.
But it's gonna be interesting, because if you see the video, I'm gonna try to figure out a way to work in the video somehow on that show for that topic, so people can understand where we're coming from with this.
Yeah, there's a few different clips, a few different parts that we could definitely build on.
Yeah, because you got the religious aspect versus cultural aspect versus health,
actuality,
and that, and it's a lot. It's a lot. I was very intrigued by it, but we're gonna talk about that next Monday. In the meantime, y'all be easy. We'll see y'all next time.
Peace, beautiful family. Be safe,
Be
stay dangerous.
Shout out, Troop. Thank you.
Appreciate you coming.
Appreciate y'all for having me, for real.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, y'all have a good one.
All
right, y'all.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Tough Talk Podcast. That's at TUFF Talk Podcast.